Warm welcome to Rihant Online Academy, and here in this session we are going to discuss very important MCQs on graph data structure, right? So let's just start. The very first question is, what is the number of edges present in a complete graph having n vertices? So for n vertices, suppose I am taking an example. Suppose I have a graph naming A, B, C and D. Okay, A, B, C and D. It have four vertices named A, B, C, D. So total vertices is 4. Okay. Now, if it is a complete graph means each vertex of the graph should be connected with each other. So this is now a complete graph. So basically there are NC2 ways to connect each of the vertices to each other in a graph. It is general mathematical formula. I hope you all know that NC2 is nothing but n into n minus 1 divided by 2. So what is the value of n here? Here we have 4 vertices. So just substitute the value. 4 into n minus 1, that is 3 divided by 2. 2 to the 4 and 3 to the 6. Isn't it 6 edges is here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So we have 6 edges. So the formula to calculate total number of edges in complete graph is n into n minus 1 divided by 2. Option B is the most correct answer. I hope you have got the answer. The next one is a connected planar graph having 6 vertices, 7 edges contains how many regions? So basically, according to planar graph theory, there is a formula given by Euler, a mathematician. So according to Euler's formula, what is Euler's formula? N minus q plus r equals to 2 for a planar graph, where n is number of vertices, q is number of edges, r is the regions. So just substitute the value now. What is the value of n? Vertices. How many vertices do we have? 6 minus what is the number of edges we have? 7 minus 7 plus r. We need to calculate how many regions this planar graph would contain. So according to this formula, we are getting minus 1 plus r equals to 2. So total number of regions here are 3. So option B is the most correct answer. Here you can make note. Euler's formula for relation between vertices, edges and regions are n minus q plus r equals to 2. This is the formula. The next one is, given an undirected graph G with vertices V and E edges, the sum of degrees of all vertices is. So in an undirected graph, what is the undirected graph? This is an undirected graph because suppose it is a graph A, B, C, D, E, or you can say that it is an undirected graph P, Q, R, S, or it is an undirected graph naming X, Y, Z. They all are undirected graph, means I can go from A to B, I can also go from B to A. Similarly here I can go from P to S, S to P. From any edge to any edge I can go, right? So this is a separate graph, this is a separate graph, and this is a separate graph. Suppose this is a graph 1, this is graph 2, and this is graph 3. So question is, in an undirected graph G with vertices V and edges E, the sum of total degrees of vertices is. So here I have 5 vertices, in this graph I have 4 vertices, and in this graph I have 3 vertices. So basically, if your graph is undirected graph, then each edge will contribute 2 to the degree of vertices. Why? Because I can go from A to E as well as I can go from E to A. That is why this edge will contribute the sum of 2 for the edges. That is why I can say that in any undirected graph, total number or sum of degrees of all vertices is 2v. Okay, let us calculate with the A. What is the degree of A here? 2. What is degree of B here? 2. Because this one is one edge, this is another edge. This is one edge, this is one another edge. What is degree of C? 2. What is degree of D? 2. What is degree of E? 2. Total is 5 to the 10. Total vertices is 5. Total edges is 10. Total edges here is 5. So I can say that 2 is the answer. Here you can say that in PQRS. What is the degree of P2? What is the degree of Q2? What is the degree of R2? What is the degree of S2? That is why you can say that 4 edges are there, so the total sum of degrees is 8. So it is nothing but 2. Similarly, you can apply in this graph too. I hope it is clear to you. Okay, just make note, in undirected graph, each edge will contribute to 2. Okay. The next question is, which of the following properties does a simple graph not hold? Simple graph do not hold. So what is simple graph? This is my simple graph, isn't it? Now, must be connected, must be unweighted. So my simple graph may be unweighted. It is okay. It must be unweighted. It is true. It should be hold, means it should be hold. It should be always hold. Must have no loops. Yeah, simple graph don't have any loop or multiple edges, so it should always be hold. Must have no multiple edges. Yes, if my graph is simple graph and it do not have any multiple edges, so it will always hold. But must be connected, it is not the answer. Why? Because suppose my complete graph is this is my complete graph with the edges, vertices A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like that. So this is my this is a simple graph, but this disconnected graph. Disconnected graph may be simple graph now. That is why A may not be hold for simple graph. So A is the correct answer, because must be connected, must should not be there. That is why option A is the correct answer. The next question is, what is the maximum number of possible non-zero values in an adjacency matrix of a simple graph with n vertices? Okay, so let four options are given to us. So suppose let take an example. Suppose it is my graph again, A, B, C and D. Now in a adjacency matrix, basically this is my adjacency matrix, like that thing, A, B, C, D, and here again A, B, C and D. So what the question is, the maximum value of non-zero values, the maximum possible value of non-zero. So how many zero maximum should be there? If we can able to calculate that how many number of minimum zero should be there, then we can able to answer that how many non-zero values should be there. So suppose I am considering here my value of n is 4 because I have 4 vertices here. And the property of adjacency matrix says that all the diagonal elements should have the value 0. Means the distance between A to A is 0, distance between B to B is 0, distance between C to C is 0, and distance between D to D is 0. So remaining one can be non-zero. So the maximum, we need to find maximum number of non-zero elements. That is why you can count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So 12 non-zero value may your graph may contain, right? So for generalization, I can say that n into n minus 1. Just put value of n is a 4, 4 into 3 equals to 12. So in adjacency matrix, in terms of adjacency matrix, non-zero value, the maximum possible value of non-zero element should be n into n minus 1. Okay, because diagonal value should always be 0. Other than it, that all can be non-zero. That is why option C is the most correct answer. I hope you got it. The next one is, which of the following statements for a simple graph is true? Option A, every path is a trail. Option B, every trail is a path. Option C, every trail is a path as well as every path is a trail. And option D, none of this. So basically here the question is revolving around either path or trail. So what is path? Basically path is if you are walking and if you are choosing distinct vertex at every time, distinct vertices. If you are choosing distinct vertices at every time, it is called as path. But if you are using distinct edges while walking, it is called as trail. If you are using distinct vertices for walk, it is called as path. But if you will use distinct edges while walking, it is called as trail. So every path is a trail. It is true. Why? Because if vertices itself are different, then it is always be trail. But every trail may not be path. Why? Because edges might be, suppose this is a thing, or this is the thing like that. Okay, then here vertices may be overlap. That is why option A is the correct answer, that every path is a trail, but every trail is may or may not be path, but universally option A is the correct answer, universally. Okay, the next one is, guys, I am just requesting you, if you are really getting very helpful information from our this MCQ session, then please subscribe our YouTube channel and press the bell icon button, so that in future also we will try to make some important sessions that will help your preparation. And if you are preparing for any CSIT exam, then it will help you a lot. So guys, please like the video. If you have any kind of comment, or if you have any kind of doubts as well, you can ask us anytime, and we will try to solve them as early as possible, right? So guys, please subscribe our YouTube channel, like the video, comment your queries. Okay, the next one is, what is the maximum number of edges in a bipartite graph having 10 vertices? Very interesting question, guys. What is maximum number of edges in a bipartite graph? So total value of n here is 10, because I have 10 vertices. Now bipartite graph is basically set of vertices, where this part may contain some vertices and other part may contain some vertices. That is, if this one will have n vertices, then this set will have 10 minus n vertices, isn't it? Because I have 10 vertices in it, that is why. So what is the maximum number of edges? Maximum number of edges means I need to match it with every other edge in that. I need to match it with every other edge in the other set. So just make different combination and permutation. If I will have one vertex here, then 9 would be there. Then 9 into 1, I will only have 9 edges. If I will have 2 here and 8 here, then I will have 16 edges. If I will have 3 here and 7 here, 21. If I will have 4 vertices here and 6 here, then 24 edges I would have. But if I will have 5 and 5, then 25 edges I might have. So what I need to, maximum number of edges. So again, if I will go with the 6, then this repetition will be there. So 5 into 5, that is 25 maximum edges I may get. I will get if I will use 5 vertices on the both set in that bipartite graph. Okay, so I think concept should be clear to you. Option C is the correct answer. The next question is, for a given graph G having vertices V and edges E, which is connected and has no cycles, which of the following statement is true? For a given graph G having V vertices, E edges, which is connected and has no cycle. Okay, it is a connected graph but no cycle is there. So let it make like that. This is a connected graph A, B, C, D. It is a connected graph. No cycle is there. No cycle is there. Okay. No cycle shouldn't be there, and it should be connected. So here no cycle is there. Yeah, you would say cycle. Suppose if I will have A to C, then you will say that this is the cycle. Okay. So this is not the question. Our question is like that. It shouldn't have any cycle. A, B, C, D. So if I have vertices V. So total vertices is here, V is 4, equals to edges plus 1. Edges plus 1. What is the number of edges? Is V equals to 1? V for a given graph G, but V vertices and E edges, which is connected and has no cycle. Which of the following is true? Okay, I need to answer the which of the following is true. So V equals to E. Okay guys, one thing is there, that which is connected and has no cycle. Okay, so ABCD, should I consider it into cycle or non-cycle? A graph having vertices V, for a given graph G having V vertices and E edges. Okay, E edges are there, which is connected. If graph is connected and has no cycle, which of the following statement is true? Okay, so V equals to E minus 1 and V equals to E minus 1. So both options are basically here. If you will see, vertices should be less than, vertices equals to E minus 1. If vertices is E minus 1, you can assume here directly, if vertices is lesser than edges, it would be disconnected. Obviously it would be disconnected na, because if vertices itself are lesser than edges, then you can say that it is disconnected. So option D and C and D are out of the context. I think you can get it. And V, if you talk about V and E, and V equals to E plus 1, so V equals to E here is a case, and V equals to E plus 1 may be the case if I would take it. Means vertices, but how can vertices be more than edges? If vertices will go with one more edges. Okay, so I am taking here option A, but and option B is one of the answer, but I think there is a confusion in it. So I will take a separate session, or in our next video I will solve this question. Okay, and here there is a confusion in option A and B. Okay, so guys, we are just get bit confused. Basically the question is like this is a graph A, B, C and D. Okay, you just forgot these things. So what number of total vertices do we have here? 4, which is a connected graph and no cycle. Because if I will consider this graph, then this is a connected graph, but it is having a cycle, because A, B, C, D, obviously it is a cycle, right? No need to confuse here. Obviously it is a cycle. If your graph is like that, obviously it is considered as a cyclic graph. A, B, C, D, it is a cyclic graph. No need to get in confusion. It is completely cyclic graph. But if I will consider this graph, this one, then it is having connected graph, but it is not having any cycle in it. So in this case, if you will observe, vertices, that is vertices equals to 4 and edges should be 3. So vertices should be E plus 1. Option B is correct answer, because if V equals to E and if it is a non-cyclic graph, okay, then it must have a cyclic graph now, because if V equals to E, then it should be like that or like that. But here option B is 101% correct answer, guys. You can answer it. Option B is the correct answer. The next one is a graph with all vertices having equal degree is known as a graph with, okay, this is my graph. This graph A, B, C, D, 4 vertices, and all vertices having equal degree, because this vertice degree is 2, this vertice degree is 2, this vertice degree is 2, and this vertice degree is 2. So if I have a graph whose all vertices have equal degree, it is called as regular graph. Okay guys, it is a regular graph. So option B is right answer. So what is simple graph then? Simple graph is like that. This is a simple graph. Means this vertices have degree 3, this vertices have 2, and like that. So this is considered as a simple graph, or this is also a simple graph. What is complete graph then? You all know that this is the complete graph. What is multigraph? Multigraph means it may have loop, it may have more than one edges, like that, multiple edges may be there. So a graph with all vertices having equal degree is known as regular graph. Option B is 101% correct. The next one is, so guys, if you didn't watch our linked list MCQs, stack MCQs on trees, and MCQs on queues as well, so all the sessions link is mentioned in the description, so you can watch them too. You will get a plentiful amount of knowledge that will surely help you in your upcoming exam. So guys, please watch them too. I hope you will watch them and will get plentiful amount of information that will be very helpful for boosting your knowledge and practicing. So must watch them. I will suggest you personally must watch them. The next question is, which of the following statement is are true for an undirected graph? Undirected graph. So again I am taking this, a very general example. This is an undirected graph. Number of odd degree vertices is even. Here if you will see number of odd degree vertices, is there any odd degree vertices? No, no odd degree vertices. So yeah, it is even, because odd degree vertices 0, 0 is a even. And sum of degrees of all vertices is even. It is also true, because I say that in undirected graph, each edge will contribute to 2 edges sum of degree. So if your graph is consisted of 3 edges, 3 vertices, in any graph, then the sum of degree would be 6. Why? Because it is a undirected graph. If your graph would have 4, then it would have 8. If your graph have 5 vertices, it would have 10 edges. Why? Because your graph is undirected graph. That is why sum of degrees of all vertices would be even, as well as number of odd degree vertices would be even. Both statements are true in terms of undirected graph. So option C is the correct answer. So guys, this session is completed, and I hope you will like our video, you will subscribe to our channel, and if you have any kind of doubts or queries, please comment us. I will try to solve them as early as possible. Have a very nice day guys. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.